There are only two types of people in this world. Those who work to achieve what they want, and those who work to find an excuse for why they didn't succeed. You pray for rain and have to be willing to deal with the mud, the pain, the exhaustion. All of it is part of the growth process. If it's difficult for you, it means you're planting something. When we stop being ambitious, we begin to die. I don't care what you did. I want to know what you're going to do from here on out. You will only find your success after you've experienced failure. You have to confront your incompetence first to discover which actions you need to develop. If you change your mindset, you change your life. If your mind changes, it leads your life into a different phase. Either you work to achieve what you want, or you work to find an excuse. Do you have anything well done in your life? Something consistent, relevant? If it wasn't you who followed through, I doubt it happened. Or is it very difficult because you're sleeping and not doing anything? Then I'm sorry, I'm not the one to help you. Do you want it? Then do it. Is it difficult? Well, to make a modification, turning possible into what is impossible, sometimes you have to modify your own psychological structure. By the moment you modify your psychological structure, you don't need willpower. So take willpower out of the equation, modify your psychological structure. These are the attitudes that differentiate the person who actually goes out there and does from the people who keep complaining. If you complain today, you're spending energy on negative things, on criticism, on complaints, on procrastination, and you're not investing energy in what you actually have to do to get there. It's the power of decision. We have to take a different stance. Are you understanding? Be better tomorrow than you were today. You don't need to be better than anyone else, you just need to be better than yourself. If you're not willing, if you're afraid of the climb, you don't deserve the mountaintop. When someone decides something in life and it's irreversible, the organism, intelligence, brain, and universe take care of the rest. The new currency is time. The time you dedicate to prepare for something, the time you dedicate to transform yourself. To get here today, how many lions and bears have you already killed in your life? You will live today what you did yesterday. Who wants to change, doesn't change tomorrow, changes now. Life is hard-earned, it's no use. If you're planting something, you want something big, it will cause problems, it will take work, it will go wrong. Does this work? It will get difficult to get easy, that's how it works. You're here to improve your life. But that person you want to be wakes up early to go to the gym. Do you wake up? Is a person who reads at least an hour a day, and have you read an hour a day? What kills plan A is plan B. You put 60% of focus and want 100% of result. The math doesn't add up. So where are the biggest learnings? In the error, in the failure, in the loss, in the anguish, in the pain, in the restlessness. We are talking now about preparation because the seed is there inside. So we're talking about changing attitudes, that's what we're talking about. They are immediate decisions. Your life changes today, your life changes here, your life changes now. Never let anyone define you. What you have to think is, what price am I willing to pay? The price you're willing to pay will define the game you're going to play. If you don't even flirt with a much better life than you have, how are you going to achieve it? How are you going to achieve something you think you don't deserve? All the limits that serve your life are there because you put them there, through your beliefs, the beliefs you received from your family, friends, environment. Now it's up to you to expand those limits. The question that remains is, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to pay the price to expand those limits? You can go much further than you think you can. No matter if you come from the slums, no matter if you come from a broken family, none of that matters. The proposal is to broaden, to make you see a little further, to open your mind. Never let absolutely anyone tell you what you can do or what you can't do. I only want more from life if I realize that I deserve more from life. Deserving, the opportunity is being thrown to everyone, and we're going into battle. Let's go to the challenge. The only person who knows what you can do or not is you. Since you give yourself the opportunity to do it. I don't know what you live today, but you came into this world to be a winner. That's how fighting works. It's about creating within you this internal domain. I'm going to do this. Growing hurts, maturing hurts, developing hurts, but it's worth it. I would like you to stop right now and calculate how many % of everything that worries you are things that are under your control. Understand difficulty with maturity. Things become possible, not easier. What are your goals? What are your life goals? Be a transformer of your own life. What price are you willing to pay? Are you willing to pay a high price? Because if you're not willing to pay that price, it's no use starting. Your life will change when you decide it will change. That's how it works. Man, you're not a little girl. You're not a little boy. You're not a teenager. You give an order. You fulfill what you're saying. If you get up from the chair and take the first step, if that step is firm and if you keep taking one step at a time, surely your life will change. Your turn has come. So stop looking back. The greatest prophet of your future is yourself. Persistence is you keep walking towards your goals, even in the face of obstacles, problems, adversities, whatever. That's persistence. There's no privilege. There are people who have turned the key and started to take on a winner's attitude. The stimulus has to be greater. Determination has to be greater. Persistence has to be greater. Expect less, think less, and act more. No excuse transforms your failure into success. No one has the authority to bring harm to your life, except you. What's the opposite of wealth? Laziness is the opposite of wealth. Any decision you make, you renounce something. Lazy people make decisions not to do something instead of doing something very productive. The remedy for laziness is discipline. And what's the mistake? People make the mistake of thinking that we can only start something when motivation comes, but motivation only comes after starting something. Even if you go through life's struggles, the struggles will pass and you will remain unharmed. You will remain intact, firm, victorious, because what I am determines what I can, what we are determines what we can do. Be yourself and make the world adjust to that. Everything you plant, you will reap. Life is like an echo. If you don't like what you're hearing, just change what you're shouting. The secret of victory for you to be that person you've always wanted to be is to break with that person you've always been. I want to talk to you about things we find only in winners. We hear a lot about victory, but what is the secret of victory? The difference between the winner and the loser lies in the decision these people decided to make. We need to first understand what a successful life is. People often measure success by comparing themselves to others. Comparing your life to others' lives is a recipe for living frustrated, anguished. There are people who want fame, there are people who want money, and people who want growth opportunities. Each one wants something different. Are you interested in growing? Grow professionally, grow as a man, as a woman, grow in society. Most will answer, I want to grow. Everyone has a desire to grow. Everyone has a dream of happening, exploding, and, at some point, your time comes. Our choices, our decisions. Why is the wind blowing against? Because it is in adversity that we grow. It is in difficulties that we learn to maneuver our boat better. A successful life, therefore, is a life in which you progressively become a better person than the person you were in your past. I can guarantee you that the pain of growth, the discomfort of growth is worth it, because down the road you will enjoy what you dedicated yourself to, and what you planted, down the road you will reap. And about boldness? I want to talk to you about boldness. It will go wrong if it goes wrong. Don't do it anymore. Be bold. Do it. Being successful can be very different from achieving success. You can have different success in one thing, but at the age of 40, you are infarcted. Was it worth it? For you to inhabit that world you want to inhabit, first, you have to break with that world you are. The new is not in the same, it is in you doing something you have never done. Because when you do something you have never done, you will live something you have never lived. Success, therefore, is you becoming tomorrow better than you are today, be it in whatever you decided to do with your life. Lost time doesn't come back. The clock only moves forward. After time is lost and after it wasn't planted, down the road, regret will hit because you want to be a winner. Be good at what you do so that every day you look at your past and feel proud, because that past made you today a better person. Growth hurts, but growth is worth it. Be bold, brave, and overcome the limitations, that you will achieve victory. If you had to live your life again, what would you do differently? There are people who don't want to risk anything. I'm sure that when you reach your 90s and someone asks you if you had to live your life again, what would you do differently? You will certainly answer, I would risk more. Don't let yesterday's bitterness prevent you from facing tomorrow. Will you say you won't because no one did, that you won't do because no one did, that you couldn't because no one can? One of the most important things in life is the ability not to give up when the goal is solid. When I want something, I need to go get it, and sometimes I'll have to do it over and over again. This strength to be able to do things, understand this, strength to be digging. Here I'm not finding what I want, I'm going to dig on the other side. I'm exhausted, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to dig on the other side until I find what I want. Most guys who hit the peak weren't looking for success. The guys were looking to take what was inside them out, to build connections, to have new ideas, and to take different actions. The danger is not the fear of going wrong. The problem is when fear paralyzes you and takes away your chance of being successful. Maybe leaving the job you don't like and creating your own business. Maybe leaving that relationship that no longer works. What would it be to risk more? When people are in their essence, they understand who they truly are. These people become unstoppable. So the big key is, if you're a person who's into having new ideas, you just need to like yourself and learn from everyone. There's no failure in failure. Failure is in giving up. Nobody fails when they don't succeed, but yes, when they give up after not succeeding. What doesn't work is stopping. Whatever happens, you can't stop. You have to keep walking. That's how it works. If your life has already gone wrong, take a risk, change the game. Try something new and not change for fear of going wrong. It's irrational. All the disasters, when well managed, become a superpower. You just need to learn to look at it. I hope it works. I hope it ends. I hope it happens. No. For that to happen, I have to have the desire and the action. The business is challenging. It's for everyone, not just for you. The faster you find out, the easier it will get for you. What's the next step? I don't know. Only you can decide. So the first question is, what would you risk more? And second, what's the next step? Your life doesn't deserve a draw. You lose the battle. But you win the war.